Every Halloween, our tradition is to make chili and cornbread. And now that I don't have any kids at home, I get 100 kids to feed at the Institute. So we're going to be making my cheese cornbread. And I use these Krusteaz mixes. These are huge. Each box will serve 64. So I'm going to just make up 2 boxes, and I can guarantee you there's not going to be any cornbread left. I do like to put add-ins in, so I have sugar, some sour cream, some cheddar cheese, and cream corn. If you want to have a spicy cornbread, you can use chopped green chilies, and it makes it so good. But we're just going to stick with a simple cheesy cornbread.
In each Krusteaz box, there are 4 pouches of the mix. 2 of those pouches is just over 5 cups of mix. So you're gonna put 2 pouches in your mixing bowl, add a half of a can of the cream corn, half a cup of sour cream, half a cup of sugar, and 1 cup of the grated cheese. You're gonna mix together at a slow speed on your mixer and slowly add in 1 1/4 cups of water. You're gonna add in about half of the water and stop your mixer, scrape the sides and the bottom of your bowl, and check the consistency of the batter. Then slowly add in the rest of the water. Once the batter's mixed, let it rest in the mixing bowl for about 5 minutes. In the meantime, spray your foil pans with cooking spray. 9 by 13 foil cake pans are ideal to use for this. However, I did run out of them, and I used 2 square cake pans and a lasagna-sized foil pan. So use what you've got, it's okay. You can improvise, it'll all be okay. In a preheated 400-degree oven, bake 4 pans at a time. After 25 minutes, you're gonna insert a clean knife in the middle of the cornbread. If it comes out clean, it's ready. I ended up with 35 minutes, but every oven bakes differently, so check after 25 minutes.
Okay guys, we've been soaking 6 pounds of beans overnight. Here's the picture of what it looked like before they rose, and here's what they look like now. Wow, it's magical.
Okay, it's time to rinse the beans, and we're gonna go ahead and divide the beans between my 2 Instapots. To the large one, I'm adding 10 cups of the rinsed beans. And you can see here that my smaller Instapot doesn't hold as much. I ended up adding 8 cups of the rinsed beans to my smaller Instapot. I divided a can of El Pato hot tomato sauce between the 2 Instapots. And then each pot got a small can of tomato sauce. And then I added my spices. I added a tablespoon to each pot of onion powder and then garlic powder. I added a half a cup of chili powder to each pot. And a tablespoon of cumin. Cumin is the best spice. And then for texture, I just went ahead and added a teaspoon of minced garlic to each one and a teaspoon of black pepper. You're gonna go ahead and fill each pot to the maximum fill line and give those beans a good stir, because sometimes you'll need to add a little bit more water to bring it up to that fill line. You're gonna place the lids and set the dial to sealing and set the timer for 15 minutes. And there you go. We're gonna go ahead and chop 2 onions to prepare our meat chili sauce. So I love my little chopper. So I chopped up 2 onions and put them in my large frying pan and added 10 pounds of beef and 2 spicy beef chorizos. You're gonna go ahead and mix those really well until everything's thoroughly cooked. It does produce a lot of juice, and I do drain that because a lot of it is fat and I wanna get rid of some of that fat. I went ahead and did something a little extra. It's not necessary, but it was fun. I went online and I saw how to create carrot pumpkin shapes for the chili. It took some practice, but I ended up using 2 pounds of carrots and got these little cute pumpkin shapes just to put in the chili for festive reasons. It looked so cute. For some added flavor, I chopped up 1 bunch of celery and sauteed them in a little bit of broth along with the prepared carrot pumpkin shapes, and just until they were a little tender. And then I stored them in a container and brought them to the building the next day and divided that between the 2 roaster ovens full of the chili mix. And there you go. You see, the chili is all done. Now to make our firecracker crackers. These were a huge hit. What you do is you take 2 tablespoons of ranch mix, a tablespoon of onion powder, a tablespoon of garlic, 2 tablespoons of red pepper flakes, and a teaspoon of black pepper. And you mix all of that together. You're going to use 4 sleeves of saltine crackers. And you can see I have this Tupperware meat marinade container, and 4 sleeves of crackers fit perfectly in this. And you just slide the crackers right into this container. Add a cup of oil to a mixing bowl, stir in the spices and mix really well, and then you just pour it over all of the crackers. And because this is a marinating container, the lid fits on it so that you can shake the container and then flip it. I have a pound each of Monterey Jack cheese and a mild cheddar cheese, and I just cut those into slices and put them on a tray so that they can have those with the crackers. This is one of my favorite things of this charcuterie fun Halloween spread, is we did these Oreo pretzel spiders, and you pull apart the Oreo cookie, place some pretzel sticks in as the legs, put a little bit of frosting to glue it back together, and then you can see that I just did frosting eyes and chocolate chip eyeballs. They were so cute and the kids loved them. I wanted to make this fun for the kids, so I did like a mini charcuterie. I had a package of salami, I had the extra spider-like pretzels that weren't used, candy corn and roasted peanut mixed, green olives that looked like eyeballs. I had some cheese balls, grapes, pineapple, cuties, and I just kind of spread them out throughout the table. And lollipops that were covered in tissue for ghosts. The cornbread turned out a little crumbly because I had it covered when it was still a little warm. So note to self, always cool the cornbread completely before you cover it. The juice on the table is just 4 apple juices with 2 Sprites, and I put in chunks of dry ice, and it was so fun. The kids loved it. This was such a fun lunch.